What is the best martial art for self-defense? The best martial art for a beginner in all cases has the following attributes. It is affordable, close to your home and enjoyable enough that they keep going. Once they've got some basic knowledge and discipline, they can worry about what's most effective.
Jiu-jitsu or boxing. Boxing is useful for self-defense as it teaches you to do one thing and do it well, which is more important than knowing a variety of things at a mediocre level. A woman is going to find it hard to match a man's upper body strength regardless, so go with jiu-jitsu. Women's self-defense is as much about protecting themselves from partner violence as it is randoms on the street. She needs to know about escaping locks and holds. Ignore any self-defense advice for women saying just go for the balls. It's more likely to enrage an attacker than disable him. Edit for spelling.
Muay Thai, take the fight to the enemy.
Jiu-jitsu. Post-edit. It may not be the ultimate best, but it is likely the best readily available option that you are going to find classes for.
The one she sticks with.
Running.
Funny thing just occurred to me. I know a few people who do martial arts, but none of them have ever used them in self-defense. In my experience, it just comes down to who's prepared to fight dirtiest, so whichever one teaches you to spit in someone's eyes and then punch them in the throat. But to answer your question, just choose whichever class is most convenient. She can learn a few basics and switch later on if she enjoys it. You never know, you might have the next Jade Jones. Jiu-jitsu. 99% of girls aren't gonna be able to out-punch or kick a male even with training, but grappling levels the playing field somewhat. I've seen 80-pound women choke guys easy twice their size. First lesson should be, this is for self-defense only. When you can't run away, not because you're mad. If you can talk your way out of it, or run away, do that first. If your school, dojo doesn't teach that, find another. For what to actually practice, I would say a combination of BJJ and some form of karate or Muay Thai. The vast majority of people don't know how to fight, so a little training will do her good. Most fights start standing up, knowing how to throw fists, elbows, knees, how to do round kicks and defend from the above will serve her well in life. Plus it's great fitness even if she, hopefully, never has to use the skills in real life. Second, a lot of fights turn into wrestling matches. Someone with BJJ training will dominate against someone without some sort of training. She'll learn how to take control of the situation and keep herself safe on the ground. Besides the fitness I mentioned above, training also increases self-confidence. And discipline can teach people how to deal with fear and conflict and how to handle themselves in a fight so they don't just fold into a ball of crying fear. Look around at different schools. You don't want a belt factory where you belt up X number of classes just for attending. Belt tests should be damned tough. Otherwise they're useless in the real world. I've had friends whose kids were in non-contact karate schools and were black belts in 2 years. That's a complete waste of time and money. The kid has never had to learn take a kick or a punch and fight through the fear and pain. That's the only way to learn. Good luck. BJJ or wrestling. Both use momentum and leverage, so both excellent for self-defense. Best thing to teach is situational awareness to avoid trouble. Grappling, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, probably the most useful martial art in a fight one-on-one, but need some striking against a group of people. Realistically, a 4-year-old doesn't stand much chance if a fight were to happen with an adult, regardless of training.
I think Krav Maga is a good self-defense system.
I would say wrestling or MMA. In a situation where your assailant chooses you as a target and has the element of surprise, as well as likely a strength advantage, you're not going to get any strikes in. Best you can hope for is to control your position until you have a chance to escape. And be strong enough that you seem like a bad choice of target. Aikido. I would suggest a place that teaches mixed martial arts or multiple styles. Martial arts are tools, and the more that you have in the belt, the better. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, hell even Tae Kwon do all have their uses. The best thing they teach is discipline and provide confidence. Krav Maga is also something you should look into. It is also possible that your local police department may also have some citizen defense courses. At my department we have raid classes that specifically teach women how to defend against stronger male attackers. I would also suggest reading Verbal Judo. Can never go wrong with teaching the martial art of conversation to stop fights before they even happen. Whatever you choose to go with, the biggest factor will be consistency in training. It should definitely be a lifestyle in which practice is continuous. I say this as I'm guilty of not training as often as I should, and have had my ass handed to me by guys I should have been able to handle. If you don't use it, y'all lose it. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I really don't want to be a dick, but martial arts are mostly good for self-discipline and confidence. The likelihood of any of it being useful in an actual confrontation with a criminal is, well, pretty slim. That said, also from the UK and did jiu-jitsu for about a decade growing up. I loved it, but I am no Jackie Chan. I see a lot of men weighing in here, so I'd like to give you the perspective of a woman. I took a mix of Jeet Kune Do and Taekwondo as a teen. My instructor was cognizant of the fact that the girls in the class were going to face different challenges. So besides teaching us technique, he also taught us how to essentially distract and run. So for every bit of form I was taught, we also learned how to throw a punch to the throat or nose to make their eyes water, how to get out of holds men could put on us, and then told to run and scream in the opposite direction. Just because it's not a fair fight against men doesn't mean there isn't value in learning self-defense, and most instructors know this. Jiu-Jitsu, especially for women. Why try to outstrike a man? Learn to control the opponent's body and submit them. Much higher chance for a woman to successfully defend themselves. I will answer the question posed, but I should include a few caveats. 1. By far the best self-defense is complying in a robbery, running away and yelling in an assault. 2. Strength is incredibly important. A heavily trained 5 feet 6 inches 50 kilograms person is going to have a very difficult time fighting someone who is 6 feet 3 inches and 100 kilograms with no training. Strength matters and should be considered a vital, integral part of self-defense. 3. Unarmed self-defense is the worst self-defense. Almost any hard object is a better weapon than your little meatstick limbs. A bottle, a knife, a soda can, all will do more damage than a punch. Now with that out of the way, the key thing to look for in a martial art for self-defense is active resistance. A move is useless if it only works when the other guy lets it work. Aikido is right out, only marginally better than Tai Chi in my opinion. Taekwondo is usually in this category, as is most karate and kung fu. There are places that do versions of those martial arts with sparring and active resistance, but they're a minority. Strongly avoid anything that talks about using your opponent's strength against them. If they say that, it's the biggest red flag for me. It's a sure sign that whatever they're doing doesn't actually work. There are 2 broad categories of martial arts that do involve serious active resistance: ground sports and striking sports. Think BJJ and wrestling in the first category, boxing and Muay Thai in the second. I would recommend doing both. But emo ground sports are more important for self-defense because you can always run away instead of punching someone. But you can't always run away if someone grabs you. A good MMA gym will teach both. But I would say start with BJJ and once she's a little older teach boxing.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.